All right, all right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Victor Mukasa Show. Queer Table Talk, Ekimeenza Ky'abasiyazi. Ekimeenza Ky'abasiyazi olwaleero on Queer Table Talk Show today. It's a very special day. There's not so much talk today. However, we must all remember that we are still celebrating Pride Month. Pride Month, June, every year. And this is the month where the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, queer, plus people in the world say, we are here and we are gay and we are proud. We are here and we are bisexual and we are proud. We are here and we are transgender, we are intersexed people, we are queer and we are proud. Now, despite every challenge that we face on a daily basis, we still stand as queer people of the world. And as you know, there have been so many pride parades and celebrations across the world this month, and they will continue through July until October, when we will have pride parades in countries like South Africa and in states here in the United States like Atlanta, Georgia. I think in Georgia they celebrate around that time. So we are here, we are queer, and we are here to stay. Today on the Victor Mukasa Show, I would like to send a special shout out to all queer people across the world, especially in Africa. I would like to send a special shout out to all queer Africans that are present in New York Pride Parade right now as it's happening, and as we are going to see in Toronto Pride. All those who are in Cumberland Pride and prides across the United States, in Europe, in Asia, in Africa, and Latin America, in everywhere where pride parades are happening today. On this special show today, we are going to be joining our siblings and friends and allies in New York City and in Toronto. If anybody is at Pride anywhere else in the world, please send in your request and let us celebrate with you. I know that we have friends in Toronto that are marching right now. And here on TV and on the screens I have in the house, I'm watching New York Pride, and I just feel like I am there. I feel like, I feel so great, and I just wanted to share that feeling with every queer person out there. And for all of you who are not queer but are supportive of LGBTIQ plus persons in your lives, big up to you. I salute you. For those of you who are not queer and you choose to be hateful, homophobic, really stinkingly hateful of queer people in your spaces, I pity you. I pity you. Today being a Sunday, I think I will have a special prayer for you to find peace. Now here, before we lose this clip that I'm seeing on this live parade that I'm watching on in New York right now, I am going to bring you to that. And Anita in Toronto, get ready to show us what is happening in Toronto. But for now, it is important to note that in New York, Pride is happening, and here it is. I share with you.
To welcome my iconic friends to the stage today. Thank you for having me back here.
Of course. Thank you, Dan.
Oh, thank you.
Certainly.
Sue, I got to ask you. We all know a lot of people call Pride a protest. Some people call it a celebration.
As you see there are a few commentaries happening right now, but very soon we are going to see our siblings marching.
Celebrate Pride in the way they want.
Marching in New York City. Happy Pride, New York City.
Pride March.
Yep.
because we still have further to go to get our equal rights.
I think everybody should call it Pride March now because you're exactly right. But how different from what was it, 30, 33 years ago? How different is what we see on the streets right now?
Well, the passion is exactly the same. How we do things has changed a little bit. We used to make banners,
Medicam, yeah, I greet you so much, Haji.
them down and sew them.
Dorian Naiga, I greet you. Enjoy our beautiful allies. Enjoy watching New York Pride, and we will be watching Toronto Pride very soon also.
And hand sew them
Yeah.
and carry them down the march route.
Bino byatubeeramu.
Yeah.
And gay people across the world, queer people across the world, celebrate your lives. This is about celebration and resistance.
And families. Why is that?
You all know where it started from.
I think as we're moving forward,
It was a riot,
and who we are,
1969,
we have space for
and
everyone.
we continue today
Our
to walk
Power Unite theme is really
in that spirit of resistance. What are we resisting? We are resisting
different.
homophobia.
Gender identity.
We are resisting hate.
Everyone, families, and
We are resisting murders of LGBTIQ people wherever they are.
And national
We are refusing to be silenced.
overall impact do you think?
We are claiming our spaces in our countries, and we are saying we are here, we are queer, and we are proud.
The energy here on Fifth Avenue.
Banange Sanyuri Inzita. It's like I'm in New York right now.
If we come
Anita, get ready to show us what's happening in Toronto.
stand together, and it's incumbent on each one of us.
Get ready to show us what's happening in Toronto.
Unite, and we will continue to move.
This is happening right now in New York City.
representation and visibility matters. So this is New York City. Everyone is welcome, but we can see that here. They need to see it everywhere.
I so agree with you. And
It's happening right now in New York City, and people are celebrating who they are.
Is vote. That's it.
Friends out there who just hate us, we are queer, and we are here, and we shall stay.
We see a lot of corporations.
A special dedication of this program to all members of parliament in Uganda who actually decided to sacrifice LGBTIQ Ugandans for their greedy intentions. Yeah, even with the laws happening, we still love. Even with the legislation,
Everybody wants to be seen as a full human.
the unfair legislation that you have put in place in our country, gay people in Uganda are still gay. Transgender people in Uganda are still transgender. Queer people in Uganda are still queer. Queer people in Uganda still love. They still fall in love. They still enjoy themselves. Even in fear, they are still queer. And here in New York City, of course, this is what is happening. Different people from different organizations marching and saying, we are here and we are queer. Different people from different spaces are saying, we are here and we are proud. All right, Anita, I'm sending you the link so that you show us a little bit about what is happening in Toronto. I know that Toronto Pride has just started, and I would like to see a live broadcast from there as well. I think our viewers would love to see that. Happy Pride, everyone.
That is building the world's first open source platform that matches LGBTQ plus people based in
Happy Pride, everyone. Yes. Anita in Toronto is going to be showing us, and we will be coming back to New York Pride because it is still happening. Happy Pride, everyone. I'm just so excited. I know there's Pride in Cumberland happening right now, Cumberland, Maryland. I think Los Angeles Pride is happening today also. I'm not sure, but there are so many Pride parades happening, and queer people across the world are insisting that we are here and we are queer and we shall not go anywhere. Anita, can you go to your Anita, do you have signal or WhatsApp so that you get the link. Let me see if I can send it on your WhatsApp very quickly. Friends, there's going to be a little distortion here. A little distortion. Thank you very much. Please don't go away. Copy the link. I need to copy the link and send it to Anita. And then we shall come back to New York Pride. I think right now. Anita, I don't know what's happening. When you're ready, and then we can continue. In the meantime, I'm going to bring back New York Pride. New York Pride.
Obviously, it honors Broadway.
There we are.
Dedication to
People in New York marching.
And you know that print
Marching. Anita, are you ready? Can I send you the link now? New York Pride is happening, everybody.
As your new partner in prep, inviting you to rethink your prep options and check out rethinkyourprep.com.
The pictures you see are live broadcasts from New York.
Peppermint is up there. Peppermint's up there. Scarlet Envy is up there, but I'm so happy to see Peppermint.
Oh, I love Peppermint. She's incredible.
All right.
Speaking of performers,
Happy Pride, everyone.
Next performance who holds her own in a form of power as kind of a Celine Dion.
Happy Pride, everyone. Anita, I'm going to try to send the link again.
Wondered what would happen if Celine Dion hijacked the Titanic Museum.
I'm going to try to send the link again.
Beloved moments and characters with their iconic songs. I have clearly many times thought about this.
I'm going to try to send the link again to you, Anita.
The expression has been answered. That exact question. So, what are the chances we're joined by
All right. The link has come through, Anita. The link has come through. Everybody watching, this is New York Pride. New York Pride. It is happening. It is happening. And to you homophobes everywhere, I can only blink and say, woo! And homophobes, those who hate LGBTIQ people, especially those in Uganda where I come from, Munanga, we have nothing to do for you. The hate you have against LGBTI people is a choice that you have made. The fact that LGBTI people are queer is not a choice. Is not a choice. The choice is for you to hate or to love your neighbor, no matter what you believe they are, as long as they are not hurting you in any way. Now, for Ugandans or Africans or those elsewhere who find themselves hating people because they are queer, because basiyaga, I think it is time for you to ask yourself, why am I hating? Tula once and ask yourself, why am I hating? You will realize that gay people have not taken away your food, that trans people have not taken away your joy. You know, they're just existing. Some of them being your relatives. Anita, very welcome too. You are very welcome, Anita. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. I want to change my phone
Happy
to
Pride, Toronto.
Yeah.
Tubulire, church here, Toronto. Explain what's happening in Toronto.
Ekibuga kikutte omuliro. Toronto is on fire. Oh my God. Toronto on fire. We need 2 people. Looks like I cannot hear you, but this is going on in Toronto. We need Actually, you know what? It'll be fine. Who's ever doing this one, they have to go very slow down here. Who's ever here, people go very slow here. Slow for you. Slow. Go guys, go guys.
We will go back to New York Pride now, where it is actually happening.
Do you remember this, or who's your favorite?
All right,
Or Chapel Roan?
back to New York Pride. That is happening right now in New York City. It is 1:40 p.m. in New York City, and people are happy. This is what is happening. I think we are having Pride in Chicago also.
Today has been
We might be having Chicago also. I will check and see if Chicago is on. We shall be watching live there. But at the moment, please enjoy and join our brothers and sisters and others in New York City. Yes! Happy Pride!
What was the makeup, the lipstick they used to sell that went to raise money for AIDS?
All these people are sinners. Can you imagine? People who are just celebrating their lives, enjoying life to the fullest. And happy Pride, Uganda. Uganda is having a lot of problems, but somehow Ugandans will celebrate Pride. And of course, thank you so much to Kasha Jacqueline Nawagesera, who is the initiator of Pride Uganda. We have Pride parades that have happened. I don't know. No, they will be happening in Namibia. We will have in Cape Town, in Pretoria. We will have in Johannesburg. We are likely to have Pride in Botswana. We are likely to have Pride in Mozambique. I think Pride started in Mozambique. So you Ugandan legislators and others in Africa, it is really a waste of time, because no matter what, we are queer. legislation cannot stop people being who they are. It cannot stop people from being who they are. It is impossible to legislate against one's life. It is impossible to legislate against one's nature. You cannot say that today you're going to legislate against big feet, people with big feet, and you think that they will cut off their feet.
Hey, Sam, not for nothing, but so far.
You know, you cannot say, well, today we are making a law that makes being left-handed illegal. Those who are left-handed will remain illegal, even with your laws. Now, when you legislate and put forth homophobic laws, it does not stop a gay person from being gay, because gay is gay. Happy Pride, everyone, and for all queer people in the closet. Celebrate yourself in the closet. With time, you might come out. You could come out. You will come out. Anita, we are coming back to you very soon.
And 1 in 5 LGBTQ people had not registered to vote. And, you know, we really need to make our voices heard. And I thought, let's get more people registered and out to the polls. It's really important.
Well, one thing we've heard today, a common theme, November, get out and vote. If you aren't registered to vote, though, what are ways that you can help the community?
Yes. Well, first of all, there's over 500.
You know, the US is one of those countries. You can hear now at Pride, they are discussing the civil right that queer people have. We have a right to vote. We have a right to be in office, to hold offices. We have a right to have a say in the proceedings in our countries. These are countries that actually respect everybody, that they will respect queer people because they're queer, but they recognize that queer people are humans. And they have a lot to contribute towards the development of their nation. So at Pride, they are still calling upon queer people to go and vote.
In the entire world. We also are actually on the main stage, the Pride stage today at 4:30 for 30 minutes with artists. So come out, perfect. Leave the parade and then come see us on the main stage.
Jackie, thank you for joining me here.
Thank you for having
me. Okay, guys, back up to you in the booth.
Thank you, Cam.
Look at that beautiful.
And also I send a special shout out to those who are watching us on Twitter and on YouTube. Happy Pride to you too.
Disney company right here, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta tell you, as they come down the parade route with the family and friends in front, the truck's the last part to see. Today, these employees are representing Disney.
Anita, we are coming back to you very shortly.
Disney News, our home. Disney Theatrical, our home. Hulu, ESPN, the Disney Store, Marvel, and National Geographic. They're here with the theme, We Are the Magic, reflecting the diverse and inclusive workforce.
Viva queers of the world, viva.
Disney fans who are around the world. I mean, our fans are everywhere. And Disney has an unwavering commitment to celebrating Pride year round. We talk about groups within organizations, those ERGs. Disney has those and supports members of the workforce in all different areas.
And it's a safe space. You all prove that every year by being the broadcast host of the NYC Pride March.
That's right.
I am so proud to be a part of that family. And it's a wonderful work environment. It's a work environment where you feel welcome and you know you're a part of that family.
I agree. I mean, I feel welcome here today, and I am so excited. I am so excited to be with you.
Let's see what is happening in Toronto. Let's see what's happening. Toronto is not happening.
We are ready to open.
Oh, Toronto is just about to open. Okay.
Yeah, it open officially, but we are in the line. We prepare everything. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Anita. We'll be getting back to you, and in the meantime, we shall watch what's happening in New York.
You've got your glitter, you've got your rhinestones, and a great story too. So we're so glad that you are here, looking out on all what you really helped grow over the years.
Over the years.
It was always an honor. It was an
Toronto
honor.
Pride, they're on the line. Pride will take off soon.
Yeah.
And I think that the International Grand Marshal for this year in Toronto is an activist. I think he's a trans woman.
I blame you for these puns, and I give you the wheel.
Yeah, certainly. Listen, I didn't choose this.
I don't remember, but I'm very proud to say that I was International Grand Marshal of Pride Toronto 2009.
Please drop anchor and welcome Titanic.
And I am super proud of that. So thank you, Toronto, for recognizing the work of people working in terrible places. This song is called I Am Alive, guys. Dedication to all queer people out there listening. Gonna dance. Hey, hey! Who are homophobes?
How is everybody doing over here? And how is everybody doing over here?
Woo!
And how are you doing, sir? You are looking so good. I could kiss you.
We love you. Woman of substance. Happy Pride! Queer people, those of you who are in the closet, this is a dedication to you. Woo!
Greatest singer in the world, and there is so much more to come when ABC NY's live coverage of the 2024 NYC Pride March.
Happy Pride, happy Pride.
TD Bank is proud to support the Loft
All right.
LGBTQ plus.
We are going into the commercials now, but yeah, those of you who have just joined us, we are looking and watching streaming Pride parades that are happening today as we close the month of June, which is the Pride Month globally. And for that matter, we are showing New York Pride, which is happening right now, and also Toronto Pride. Toronto is starting. Pride in Toronto is just starting. They are preparing themselves. George Owundo, Georgina, my daughter, I'm so happy to see you. Happy Pride. Happy Pride. Find a way of joining us and join us here on Talk One of these days. Toronto is about to start. And as soon as it starts, we shall be watching the takeoff. New York Pride is happening in real time. We are showing it here. In real time, we are showing New York Pride. It's so unfortunate that this year I didn't go, but I am always at New York Pride. And again, I am proud to say that I was International Grand Marshal of Pride Toronto. in 2009. So Toronto Pride is also very close to my heart. And that is why I am so happy that some of the people that I care about have reached safety in Canada and are living their lives freely and struggling like regular people who are not discriminated against. They struggle with the struggles of life, but not homophobia and transphobia as they did in Uganda, Kenya, or the other African countries where we have come from. And like I said, I'm not going to be talking much. I think that I have, but I think it is because of the excitement. I feel like I'm in New York City now. At the same time, I am in Toronto, about to start Pride. So, yes, I'm excited. But it's not a lecture day, it is just us joining our siblings in the two cities as they celebrate Pride. I'm just waiting for the commercials to end for New York Pride so that we go back there. And as soon as Toronto Pride takes off in a very exciting manner, we shall get Anita back here to show us what is happening on Church Street in Toronto. So now we are back. We are back with
and just remember,
the
I love
Pride.
you as much as you love yourself.
We love you right back, James. We are back with our live coverage of the 54th annual NYC Pride March. Thank you for spending the day with all of us.
Yes.
David, Cam, it's so nice to be here
It's a
on a
glad to
warm,
be here with
sticky,
you.
steamy New York day.
Yes.
If you're watching from home or on ABC7 or streaming on abc7ny.com or ABCNY's YouTube channel.
And we want to thank everybody else who's joining here in person today, along with all those who are out here on the March route or at Pride Fest, or even if you're just out celebrating in the streets of New York City, celebrating Pride, and there is a lot to celebrate today. We have a float coming on behind us. What do we have there?
Well,
It's Delta.
So many groups, so much little time. Some of the groups marching out there year after year have those. MasterCard is one of those. They have a strong history supporting the LGBTQIA plus community with innovations.
Happy Pride, everyone. Happy Pride, everyone.
Actually just allows transgendered and non-binary cardholders to display their chosen name on their MasterCard. Think what that means to you. The name that they feel matches their identity, and how amazing and supportive.
And for those of you in countries where it is not possible to celebrate Pride in this manner, I would like to encourage you to hang in there. Hang in there. Hillary Taylor. Happy Pride, my brother. Happy Pride. Happy Pride, Hillary Taylor. For those of you in countries that cannot celebrate Pride in this manner, I would like to encourage you to hang in there and keep standing for yourselves. New York City in particular did not have Pride before. In fact, Pride Month is backbone. Is events in New York City 1969 at the Stonewall Inn, where trans women said enough is enough, because police raided them almost every night. Queer people were dying from just being queer. They would be killed. There were raids on gay bars every day. The United States of America did not recognize its gay citizens, its queer citizens, its transgender citizens. Where this Pride is happening now, the Pride that you're watching, queer people were hiding in their houses in 1969 and before. In 1969, they decided to say enough is enough, and we're here, and we are queer, and we are proud. And then there was a battle between them and the police. And today, the city of New York itself takes this day seriously, supports its queer citizens, has social services for its queer citizens. The city of New York provides protection for its queer citizens. And so do other cities of countries that respect humanity, for it is humanity. New York City will be New York City even tomorrow after Pride Parade. New York City will remain one of the greatest cities in the world even tomorrow after Pride Parade. And these gay and lesbian people that you're watching, these transgender people that you're seeing, will be back to their posts of work. They will be back in the market. They will be back in the offices. They will be back in the airports as pilots ready to fly those planes that you fly. They will be back in the hospitals treating those who are sick. They will be back in churches preaching the word of God. These gay and lesbian and transgender and queer people will be all over New York City serving for the betterment of the city. They will be in the media houses reading the news. They will be on the streets because some of them are traffic officers. They will be on Wall Street trading. These queer people that you're seeing in New York City, tomorrow after Pride, they will still be New Yorkers. They will be taxi drivers, driving any human who comes for the service. In Uganda, they say you go and die. In Kenya, they say go and drown. In Ghana, they say you are illegal and you're no longer Ghanaian. In Nigeria, they say you are sick. And so we have so many queer professionals in Africa that are not able to serve their nations and therefore cannot even survive. But New York City, as you see it today, deprioritized. Tomorrow will be New York City. All right, we are going into a break in New York City, so we will go to Toronto and see what's happening there. In Toronto, they are just starting.
Yeah, just haven't started that.
Toronto, the whistle is about to blow for the match to start.
Yeah.
In Toronto, the
And you see that people who wear the blue, you see that's the blue. Akachungwa to the Ugandan community.
Ojichiko obukiisi mu kifo gy'ogisamba.
Thank you.
Another way.
Twenty. Olengera abaana abandi mu maaso bannayuganda abo.
All right, those ones in the line.
Yeah, the Uganda.
Okay, that's the Uganda.
Yeah.
Taylor, and I'm so happy to see you here, my brother. Catherine Nassau, happy to see you. Georgina, happy to see you here. Arnold, Medical here. You are alive, happy to see you. Toronto Pride is about to start, we'll go back to New York Pride.
Feels like we just got started.
Oh my goodness.
And it's still going on strong. Me, I might need a sit. I might need a beverage. Maybe even an adult.
Look at these happy people. Look at these happy queer people.
No, I'm in cushy, comfy like tennies, but you are.
I got those under the table. I'm going to change soon.
The crowds are operating at 100%, and their feet have got to be hurt as they're working the streets.
And Sam, you know what? It takes a lot of work to celebrate Pride all day, but you know who has all the energy in the world?
Who?
Gen Z,
Oh, yeah.
and even younger ones, Gen A. And they were out in force yesterday at Youth Pride.
And I stopped by to talk with the 3 NYC Pride youth activist grand marshals who definitely made me feel like I was 100.
Oh my God.
Not possible.
You've been known for saying that visibility without safety is a trap. So what can we do to help protect young queer and trans youth from this trap?
It is necessary, not optional, when we're talking about protecting trans and queer youth. I feel like when you do not support and protect them, you're literally setting them up for failure. As someone who grew up in a very conservative community, I would say that it definitely stunted my growth. As someone who is only 24 years old, I would say that it took me about 13 years to step into my identity, unfortunately. So I want to say that it is necessary to both empower and uplift our queer and trans youth and supporting them when they're in the process of coming into their identity, because there are several people in this world who will literally chew you up and spit you out if you're not ready for it. So it is imperative to protect and uplift them in ways that we affirm their identities.
Tell us about what HMI means to you.
HMI is definitely more than just an organization to me. They are a found family. You come in, everyone knows you by name. They know how you've been. They're keeping up with you. They're keeping track with you. And then on top of that, you have everyone just behind you 100%. I've seen everyone from like staff to volunteers literally getting behind everything you can do. And it's not really a lie to say this, but I wouldn't really be here if it wasn't for HMI. Like growing up homeless, like HMI helped me get out of that. So I'm very grateful to them.
There are going to be so many Black and brown queer people that look to you and say, there's possibility, there is hope. If you had a chance to talk to those kids, what would you say?
I would tell them that this is what it looks like to thrive. I think oftentimes we don't see diverse images of what success can look like, diverse images of who folks can be. And so being in this moment, being able to be Grand Pride Marshal and to be so young, it shows people that it's possible, that anything that they put their minds to is possible.
When all your Grand Marshal duties are over, what are you doing for New York City Pride?
Honey, we are partying. I would love to connect with more people within the New York City Pride community. I would love to connect with more entertainers, more performers, and I'm just really, really excited to be here and to continue to connect with more people.
I'm going to just spend time with my partner and sleep.
Yes, we all should get some sleep.
So much going on. I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to have to go to all. There's Pride Fest happening, so I have to stop there. And like my friend, like we might go to like a drag dinner show, so I'm super excited.
You have to.
Yes.
You have to.
Yes.
Congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
Thank you.
I'm super excited. Thank you.
Wow. If you ever feel like you aren't doing enough with your life, just talk to one of those youth activists, Grand Marshals, and yeah, that's pretty impressive. If you want to support New York City Pride, Youth Pride, or any of the programs New York City Pride has to offer, you can donate by scanning the QR code that's right on your screen or go to nycpride.org/donate.
Young or old, we've got no time to sleep. We have lots of parades still to go. We got all night to go. And a familiar face on the street, he's with a very special guest. Fredro, you're not tired yet.
Oh, I'm not tired. I'm not tired at all. And I'm with someone who does not sleep. She really does everything you can imagine. She's a cultural commentator, civil rights activist, a political analyst, and my favorite, a love ambassador. Ashley Marie Preston, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. New York knows how to turn all the way up.
Oh, they know how to party. I love that you say you're a love ambassador. And we were talking about this. Really, it's a lot about self-love, right?
Yes. It's definitely about self-love because there's so many messages and images in the world that tell
your activism when it comes to mental health awareness. Why is it so important, especially in this community?
I think it's important right now because there are so many scary things happening across the socio-political climate, and especially among young people, because we tell them be unapologetically authentic, and yet when they turn on the TV or go online, there is so much to be afraid of. And so we need more possibility models to show up and model joy as an act of revolution.
Well, let's expand on that a little bit. Oftentimes when you see stories about the LGBTQ plus community, it can be so negative often. Why do you say that, hey, let's show some joy?
Because again, like it has to be something that is who we are at our core nature. We are a very joyous people, and it's also important to have queer and trans people telling our own story. I recently launched a network in entertainment called Kaleido Collective with my co-founder Jared Ruga, and it's basically about creating opportunities for us to catalyze culture and capacity and storytelling in ways that hits the social ecology.
How long was that on your mind? Like, this is something I want to do. It sounds like you're talking about, it's a love project.
Well, basically, it was prompted by a recent report that GLAAD did over the last 2 years that said that out of 596 LGBTQ characters, we lost 175. And the latest report that just came out said that we went down 44% in representation. And so I believe in the parasocial contact hypothesis, which is that people outside of our community experience vicarious connection when they see positive portrayals of who we are.
I love that so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, we'll send it back to you. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, Pedro. I really want to know what being a love ambassador is all about. I kind of like the idea. Side hustle, maybe? Sounds fabulous.
Yes.
Our next performer knows a thing or two about sounding fabulous.
And just being fabulous. Please give it up for Transcend.
Thank you so much, Transcend, the 2024 NYC Pride March. We'll be right back on ABC7NY. We're actually waving and dancing to the crowd. That's the Max Viva Glam float going by. Get your biscuits up there. Toss it up. We'll be right back.
TD Bank is proud to support the Loft LGBTQ plus Community Center.
When I came to the Loft 10 years ago, the Loft didn't have any corporate sponsorship.
Well, that is what we're having today. I'm going to wait here a little bit to get Pride Toronto. If we are not able to get Pride Toronto live, let me see. We might have it on live on video here. If Anita is not able to come back to show us the takeoff of Pride Toronto, then we're gonna have to see it the way we are watching New York Pride. I would like to let you all know that Pride is actually happening in some of the big cities. New York Pride is happening now in New York City, and we are also having Pride Toronto or Toronto happening just now. I think either they've just taken off or they are about to take off, and we'll be a little bit patient. We have about 5 minutes to go to get to 3 p.m. here on the East Coast, which is the same time as Toronto. If it takes longer than 5 minutes, then we will see the little bits of New York Pride and then proceed to other things today. You know, uh, that is what we are going to do. But happy Pride to everybody wherever you are. Please continue celebrating Pride even after Pride Month. It is our life, and hence we should really celebrate who we are, not just during the month of June, but every day. Find a little moment and celebrate who you are. See, ignorance has made some of our community members to think that we choose to be gay, we choose to be bisexual, we choose to be transgender, that we even choose to be intersexed. You know, they think we choose to be who we are, meaning that we choose to suffer. If we are from those countries where homophobia is at its peak, they are basically saying we have chosen to suffer. You know, they cannot realize that if we had a choice, we would not choose an identity which is under attack, you know, that is rejected. You know, if it was a choice with all the things that we have suffered, I do not think those who remain gay today would still be gay or transgender. A lot of people would fight to get that pill or that medicine that actually heals people from our identities. Now back to New York City Pride.
And a little dance.
And a little dance,
As
little
he
shimmy.
always does. He always kind of comes by and says hi and chats us up.
He has a child who's a member of the queer community, and he's always been very supportive.
So
It is hot.
important again to note and
It is
highlight
hot out
the
there,
people, the politicians, the people that you vote for, who sit in
but
office
we will
and make
still
decisions about
celebrate.
our lives every day.
We
Do they
send
come
strength
by? Do they come by to talk to you on your day?
to our siblings who are marching
About
in the various
75,000
cities
marchers
today.
today. And you know, this means that later on the city's going to be partying. I mean, this is a party, but then
Gonna be party time. So as we get broadcasts from the different cities, I'll just keep putting on live shows every now and then to bring to you those pride celebrations that might be interesting to watch. I think that later on from Toronto we shall have a lot of exciting exciting
all of the feathers, there's glitter,
moments to watch.
sequins and rainbows. We're seeing out in the crowd today a lot of really cool NYC Pride merch, which I love. Visit nycpride.org to buy some official NYC Pride swag and show your support for the LGBTQIA plus.
And by the way, some of the people marching have actually traveled from other cities and other countries to just come and celebrate in New York. It's going to be massive next year in Washington, D.C., because that is where we have World Pride. I just cannot wait to be at World Pride 2025 in Washington, D.C.
Say I'm shopping, you know that's trouble.
Right now.
Now, listen, throughout the broadcast, we've been sharing some of the recipients of NYC Pride's Pride Gives Back grants. The program has given more than $25 million to individuals and nonprofits since it was started in 1984, way back then. One of the recipients of a grant this year was the Caribbean Equality Project, which empowers, advocates for all, and represents those in the Afro and Indo-Caribbean immigrants in New York City. Here's a closer look at the Caribbean Equality Project.
The Caribbean Equality Project has been a space, a home for Caribbean LGBTQ immigrants, for their Caribbeanness, queerness, and transness to be seen and celebrated harmoniously. It is the only support group in New York City specifically for Caribbean LGBTQ people. The Caribbean Equality Project was born in resistance to homophobia. We are an organization that serves Afro and Indo-Caribbean immigrants, many of whom are asylum seekers, many of whom have been living within the shelter system, experiencing homelessness, are food insecure. Currently, we are providing support to over 350 asylum seekers, many of whom have been waiting for over 5 years to have their asylum case approved. And just think about 5 years of waiting in limbo, being an undocumented immigrant in New York City, and having to navigate social services, having to navigate housing, HIV care, healthcare, trans-affirming care. These are all basic necessities that immigrants need to survive and thrive in New York City. I think visibility is an act of resistance. Pride is also a month for us to be visible, to be seen, and to continue to fight back against the 500 plus anti-LGBTQ legislation that's attacking our bodies and our right to exist in this country. And being a part of these parades, we also get to celebrate and showcase our Caribbean culture. And when we think of the Caribbean is not a monolith. And many of our community members are Black and Brown, Afro-Indo-Caribbean people, and we are queer and trans and Muslims and Hindus. And we get to bring all our cultural identities to the various Pride parades, including NYC Pride. We are a home for so many that have been abandoned by their family, so many that's been rejected.
Let's have a little break as I bring you.
We encourage you to live pridefully. We will not be erased.
Something else. Just make sure that I can bring more exciting.
You can learn much more about the important work the Caribbean Equality Project is doing and help their mission by visiting.
Yes, we're going to be right back. We're going to be right back. back with more New York City. We are back with more New York City Pride. Look at that.
That's non-stop. It's very dynamic, huh?
Beautiful.
The
Beautiful.
center. What kind of center? We're not so 100%.
Beautiful.
America diversa. America diversa. I think I know that guy. Oh, yeah? Wow. Northwell Health Hospitals. AARP is next. Welcome everyone. Just a reminder, don't forget to give us thumbs up, your likes, to share and subscribe if you can. Do it right now if you didn't do it before. Thank you. And of course, if you want to support us, thank you for your donation in advance. And those who donated today and always, thank you. Thank you. I will start checking Facebook updates later for any match.
AARP.
It's humid, it's hot, but thankfully it's not raining. So it's good. Good summer weather. Angela, thank you so much, Angela, for your donation. Angela, thank you so much always. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll definitely do that.
That is Riverside, you guys. Immaculate Word Church.
Irish Pride.
Representing from Ireland.
Irish Pride. What's happening in the crowd behind me? A lot of people. They're not leaving. Not leaving. Tapestry. It's umbrella for Stuart Wiseman, Kate Spade, Coach.
Let's go to Eyewitness.
People waiting for more drag queens. SEO has Pride. Family of Services. Lambda Legal is next. Our crowd is unstoppable.
Lambda Legal.
Well, they listen pretty fast. Put that LGBT lives. Outright International.
Interesting, ain't it? Interesting. Interesting. But anyway, we are going to watch one more live stream with Pride, and then we'll call it a day. I just wanted to share Pride with those who, are not able to, go to Pride or have never seen Pride. You know, just for people to get an idea of what others are doing across the world during the month of June. There you are.
Community when individuals from out of the country or out of state come to visit the location and tell me how important it is to them or how they really enjoyed the experience because they don't have places like this in their cities. And my husband and myself, we realized that this was something that we needed. We celebrate doing it and we want to keep this going. Club Lambda has been in Brooklyn, New York for 2 years now. And we would like to see the Lambda brand grow to 10 locations across the country. We currently have Lambda Lounge in Harlem, and we would like to move to Philadelphia, Miami, Texas, Los Angeles, and a number of other places. We provide events for all letters of the LGBTQ plus community, not just within the urban male market. You could come to the location on a Friday and see women, lesbian community. You may come on once a month on another Friday and see some transgender individuals within the location. And we just celebrate people of all backgrounds and nationalities. Working with Tees helps us because it opens us up to a broader demographic. A lot of times within Club Lambda, we only focus more so on the urban or African American market. With working with Tees, it opens up to not just young Black African American males, but Tees also brings people outside of the African American community, outside of just the Black male community. New York City Pride to me means inclusion. It means celebrating the community, celebrating liberation and how far we've come within the LGBTQ plus community.
When we come back, it's time for the final performance of the broadcast. I can't believe it, we're already there. From the legendary house of Miyake Mugler.
There's a lot to come with it.
The party starts with Eyewitness News mornings at 10.
Well, everybody's talking about him.
With Shirlene Alacott. Welcome, Mike Marsa.
Let's talk about what's up this weekend.
Sam Champion.
This day is going like this.
And Danny Backstrom.
We're all hopped up on sugar.
You never know who else will join the party.
This morning, we were like collectively, nope. It's
Okay, my friends out there, that was Ekimeenza Ky'abasiyazi today, Queer Table Talk. I just wanted to share with those who are not able to see, to share with those who are not able to access, Pride, if you're only able to see it through here, the Victor Mukasa show, for you to just enjoy a moment, where you spiritually join our comrades and siblings out there, and for also our non-LGBTIQ identifying people to understand and to probably begin to ask themselves, why am I hateful? Why am I hateful of LGBTIQ individuals? Why am I supporting legislation that is calling for the murder of for the killing of LGBTIQ individuals? You never know, a legislator out there can just see that LGBTIQ individuals in other parts of the world are left to live their lives normally. I know that the communities in other parts of the world are not living on lies about LGBTIQ people, are not living on propaganda. People elsewhere have realized that what is said about LGBTIQ people is bogus, is fake, is propaganda. It is just a way of creating fear in the hearts of those that live with us, so that they can hate us until they have nothing else to do, until they stop taking care of their own lives but focus on hating LGBTIQ individuals. So, in other parts of the world, queer people are contributing to economies. They are doctors, they're contributing to their communities and the health of their communities. They are pilots, they are mayors. Queer people are teachers freely. Like everybody knows they are even queer, but their queerness has nothing to do with their profession. They enjoy the music of queer people because they're just people. And, in other parts of the world, queer people are in politics. They are in the media, mainstream media, you know. In countries like Uganda, they can miss out on the best news anchor. They will miss out on the best news anchor just because that person is gay or transgender. They will miss out on having one of the best pilots, for example, in the region, simply because this person is known, their sexual orientation is known to be gay. They will miss out on the best doctors simply because people are queer. And yet, that's a loss to our nation. It's a loss to our nations and communities. It is quite a big loss to communities when we discriminate on that basis of sexual orientation and gender identity, because there's a lot of talent and love and, gayness as in happiness within this community. I'll show you one more last live broadcast, and then I will close the show until next Sunday.
Pride Grand Marshals, trans rights champion Raquel Willis. Take a listen.
One of the most important parts of today's Pride March are the Grand Marshals. They're each unique in every way, and we want to honor them and celebrate them. Joining me now is Raquel Willis.
What they're showing now are the Grand Marshals of New York Pride. Basically, those who lead are recognized for their work and are brought to lead the parades.
LGBTQIA Podcast Network, Outspoken. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Outspoken is an initiative with iHeart that we started about 2 years ago, just because we know that we need to hear from queer and trans folks directly on our own terms. And so I'm excited to work with amazing creators and hosts from our community every week.
Where we are right now in this country in terms of trans rights and just the gay community in general, what is needed and how do you think you can make it?
Yeah, well, I'll let the gays figure out what they need to do. No, I'm just kidding. But, I think as a Black trans woman, it's always important for me to figure out how I can help our people connect the dots. We don't all have the exact same experience. We're not a monolith, but we can come together and come towards something like collective liberation. And I think that's about listening to each other. That's about knowing our history, knowing that Black trans women didn't fall out of the sky yesterday. We have always been here. And also just leaving that door open for the next generation. I mean, young people right now are in a fight for their lives, for their futures, and whatever we can do to let them know that they belong, we have to do it.
One thing you've perfected, it's 2024. You've been able to perfect the strategy of using digital activism as a major tool for resistance and liberation. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, we all know that social media is a biggie in our lives. We know that there's so much misinformation and disinformation. And I'm invested in how we can make narrative interventions, how we can, again, make sure that queer and trans people tell our own stories on our own terms, not filtered through somebody else's ignorant lens. And especially right now with all of the anti-LGBTQ plus legislation, it's more important now than ever that everyone understands our destinies are all linked.
Raquel, will you do the honors? We have a tradition here with the Grand Marshals. We want to pop things off.
Okay. So you gotta pop out.
Pop out, pop off. Here you go.
Okay.
You do the honors.
Okay.
Twist, and turn. Happy Pride, guys. Back to you.
Today has really been a day of love and joy and celebration and finally hope. I mean that literally, because we're joined by author and activist and driving force in the fight for inclusion and social justice, Hope, Giselle, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you for having me.
Hope, why is it so important to be here today?
This march and all of the parades and all of the things started as a riot. It's important for us to keep that legacy going, but also add the celebration to it. We are not where we used to be, and I think that having us here creates a space to remind people of both of those things simultaneously.
And you're showing your activism not only here on the streets, but also in Washington, our nation's capital.
Yeah.
We're with a history maker.
Yes.
Yeah, we really are.
Trailblazing.
As the first Black openly trans woman to speak at the 60th anniversary for the March on Washington. That's history. What was that like?
It was beautiful to be able to stand in the toe of Bayard Rustin, who, as we know, was an openly gay man in a time where it was definitely not, acceptable. And to be in that space and kind of sort of hone in on that energy, it felt really great and really amazing. And as a Black trans woman who is often left out of those spaces, especially Black spaces, as a Black person simultaneously with my transness, it felt amazing to be able to stand on the shoulders of giants. It really did.
Love that.
And Hope, you were in DC, but you're going to head back down to DC
Yes.
this summer for a very important another march.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
The National Trans Visibility March is taking place from August the 22nd to August the 24th, and it is going to be amazing. We've done it for 5 years, and this is the 6th year, and this year I am the CEO, President, and Executive Director. We are truly making history with this one, and we have some amazing partners that have come back on, like TD Bank, MAC, so many other folks that are really in support of this. And the visibility is just one part of it. We want to educate, illuminate, and advocate this year for the youth, for sexual health, and then also for voting, because we know that it's important that we make sure we get out there and do that as well.
Hope we are in good hands with you running things. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So are you.
Thank you.
So happy that
Thank
you're
you,
here
Hope,
with us.
for
Thanks
coming.
stopping by.
Yeah.
Hey, friends, by the way, it's time for, I don't even want to say it out loud, our final performance, and it's definitely going to be legendary. David, I miss you, my friend.
I miss y'all.
Come back.
Oh, I will be there in just a second. But before I do that, I do have to bring out our last performer. Like you mentioned, Sam, my walking and voguing skills might not be quite up to their house standards, but I'm down to kiki with them all night long.
Great job.
I proudly present the legendary House of Miyake Mugler.
All right, everyone make some noise. We are the international house of Miyake Mugler. Calling all the runway girls. Let's go. Miyake Mugler.
Activate.
Well, it's just so happy to see people happy in New York City. Happy Pride to everyone. And join us again next Sunday as we will be going back to our normal conversations on the Queer Table Talk. Happy Pride, everyone. Happy week coming ahead. And from the Victor Mukasa Show, my name is Victor Mukasa, and I love you all.